Alright guys, hello and welcome back to the finale episode of Season 4 here on F1M24, as we have Fernando Alonso and Frederick Vesti, our drivers that we've had for the season, P5 and P7 respectively, as we are closing in on Ferrari, or at least trying to, as Red Bull is still trying to hang on, and we're still sitting in the positive, about 300k. The board's still not happy about our funds because of the last few months, but we are still hopeful that they will allow us to be team principal for at least one more season for our final season in the next episode, and so on and so forth. But we'll have to wait and see till the end of the season, and also the preseason episode for season 5. But no changes. I looked at R&D and we've plateaued. We're basically trying to throw our research in to the car for next season. We still have a lot of research stuff going. 8 more days for side pods. I don't know if I have any CFD hours currently, but we do have a handful of parts which we're trying to save our money. I don't know when our next sponsor plan is coming in. Research complete. Manufacturer, Sao Paulo, end of season. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of our ATR period, I believe. Car part development locked. Research complete. And then the end of the season, so it's just normal contract at the end of the season. No spoilers there. Car performance reveal. Prepare for next season. Yeah. So, last few episodes, or last 3 races of the season of Mexico, Vegas, and Brazil. As that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do Mexico and Vegas as simulations, and then manually do a Sao Paulo for our final race of the season. Still, without further ado, we'll see you guys for the results of Mexico. All right, I didn't realize my microphone was muted. So, decent finish for our guys. Bad pit stop for Vesti. And we lost 300k, but we did get our sponsor plan, so that is my bad for not unmuting myself. I realized I could have swore I did, but apparently I didn't. So let's see here. Weather center refurbish complete. Car part replacements. We're not going to buy any car parts unless we have to. Try to save our money as much as we can so we can stay with the team. That's good for now. We'll see you guys for the results of Vegas. Alright, I made sure I unmuted myself first this time. Sprint results for Vegas. Fernando Alonso starting in P2. Oscar Piastri starting in P1. They finish in their starting positions. Vesti moving up from P4 to P3. Against Esteban Ocon P4. I think it's Logan Sargent in the Red Bull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Starting in P3 originally and losing positions there. No drivers lost out that race. As we get to the feature race results.
Well, we're about to find out.
Alright, I keep forgetting to finish what I'm saying before transitioning, so that is my bad. Hopefully I won't be doing that next season. I honestly don't remember if I've done it in previous seasons or not, but if I have, please call it out in the comments so I can fix that. Fernando Alonso loss of 1 position from P5, Vesti P8 from P9. Actually, a Mercedes in the top 10 scoring points. Our drivers stay the same. Leclerc and Verstappen fighting for position, 4 points between them, as we are still trying to inch closer to Ferrari, but that's not going to happen. Looks like Haas gaining a position on Audi Sport. Mercedes gaining 2 points only from Out of their 5 points for the season, they have nothing for their stats for their performance this season. Bottom 8 teams: Audi Sport, 1 podium, pass 2 fastest laps, and it just progresses from there. But yeah, so we are solidifying our position here in 3rd place. There is still a possibility of Red Bull beating us to P3 in the constructors. And I believe that is the same for Vesti against Perez and Fernando Alonso. Actually, it's a 3-way fight for P3, so if we can get Alonso a win, that would be great. So that's going to be our focus for Brazil, hopefully. And that is very buggy on him. That looks orange, like yellow-orange. But it's a 3-way fight for P3 against Leclerc, Verstappen, and Alonso. Sergio Perez sitting back at 226, Vesti at 199, as we are holding on to P3 in the constructors. We got 10 points for the fastest pit stop, still sitting at 9th place against Audi for that little bit of bonus money. We lost 500k from that, that's fine. So our focus is going to be Fernando Alonso for this finale in Brazil. Take a look at our vehicles in our parts. Check out our powertrain. Powertrain looks good for Alonso. You have more of that. I have 1 each of suspension. Suspension, post race. They gave us some information on our staff and drivers for the next season. You guys won't see that till next season, or the preseason episode, the next episode. Actually, I want to get, I don't know how much money the emergency is gonna be. They have a temporary shutdown because of the fire. Oh, can I do emergency manufacturing here? Manufacture emergency 1.2. It's Brazil. It's the last race. We don't need that. Let's take a look at our positions here. We have parts. It's the last race of the season. We're not going to need them. 9.5 going into the end of the season. Let's see what our board looks like for confidence. No debt in the previous 2 months. So, well, start of this month and last month. So let's get into this weekend and see how we do. See you guys for qualifying.
With qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
The ups and downs of Interlagos mean a full-speed qualifying lap can be hard on both driver and car. Sector 2's technical corners demand high downforce to make a quick lap.
Aston Martin's driver there, of course. How do you think they'll do today, Karun?
I wonder if they're feeling the competition with their teammate right now. There's not much between them in terms of points, which is good fuel for a friendly rivalry.
Well, it's almost here. Qualifying coming up soon.
Alright, that transition was a little bad. I went ahead and simulated practice 3 because we already had our setups done by practice 2. So, we didn't get, I don't believe we have, oh, they simulated at the top of the session anyways. Yeah, 82%, 93%. Acclimatization, that is fine by me. So we get into the final qualifying session of the season. Neither of our drivers have gotten a pole position. We're going to try to get Alonso on pole. Now, Verstappen had a crash in practice 2 We don't know if that's going to mean that he has a pit lane start, but the farther back the Ferraris are, the better Alonso is for the season. So, let's get right to qualifying. Just let them start normally. No weather issues. It's like, yep. We're gonna wait out, see who wants to go first. I believe it's... I don't remember who came in last season.
Track is green, track is green.
There we go. Yeah, I believe it's Haas last season. There's no way it's Ferrari. Oh wait, no, they get the last pit box. It's Ferrari with the last. Tsunoda out with a mechanical fault. That's not gonna help. Go ahead and send Alonso out. And then nobody else. I don't know. It's gonna be Van Dorn coming out as well. And then we'll send Vesti out. So yeah, it's reverse order, I forgot. Ferrari won last season, I believe. Yeah. Alright, we'll see you guys at the end of this qualifying session.
Temperature. Copy.
Alright, here we are at the end of the first qualifying session, 30 seconds to go. And we didn't send our guys out because I feel confident enough that they will be able to stay safe. Alonso P7, Vesti holding on to provisional pole here in Q1 with a 106.2. Perez just 100th of a second behind. Alonso down to P7, still plenty of distance away from getting knocked out. That's going to be our driver safe into Q2. So we'll see you guys at the end of Q2. Alright, here we are at the end of the session. 10 seconds to go now. Vesti provisional pole. Alonso 400ths of a second off. Yellow sector 1 for Vesti. Purple sector 2 for him. Coming around the final few corners. He's still a little bit too far out to give Alonso a tow for that pole position. But we won't have to worry about that until Q3. See if there's an improvement there. 106.295, so a little bit of an improvement. Alonso coming across the line. And does he improve as well? I can't tell. Does he match his time? Did he match his time? He did match his time. Both of our drivers getting a 106.295. Leclerc 700ths of a second off the pace. That is crazy. If anybody else can beat it. Piastri moving up 1,000th of a second behind us from him. Leclerc P4. Verstappen gets himself up into the top 10. Albon and Perez still have a chance here. Perez is going to pass before Albon. Let's see where he's at in the Red Bull. He's going to be abandoning. They're both going to be abandoning their laps. So it's going to be us, McLaren's. So high tech, McLaren, Haas. Here it is. It is both high techs, both McLarens, both Haas's, both Ferraris, one Aston Martin, and then one Red Bull. So Haas really picking up at the end of the season here as we get into Q3. So we'll see you guys at the end of the session. See where our guys stack up, see if we can get a pole position for either of our drivers. and see where Ferrari ends up in the top 10. All right, end of Q3, Vesti is somewhat behind. Is that Norris? No, that is Piastri. Not enough for a tow, but Alonso is creeping up behind Norris. No improvement for Vesti. Okay, Alonso did have a green sector 1. Can he hold on to that pole position? Yellow flag in sector 3. What happened here? McLaren is in the way. Good tow from the McLaren there. Oh, it's running wide, turn 12. That's going to be Alonso P1. First pole position for our team of the season, and it's the last race of the season. The very end of this session. Leclerc P4, Verstappen P6. Both Hasses around at the end of the top 10. And this is going to be a race on our hands as we have Vesti to defend against the Ferraris and have Alonso try and get another win for the team. But if we can get another win for Vesti, that'll be great too.
There's a terrific atmosphere here in Interlagos as the drivers prepare for 71 laps of scintillating action.
Brazil loves a home racer, and none more so than the brilliant Ayrton Senna. His victory here at Interlagos in 1991, fighting a broken gearbox, is one of the most emotional moments in F1 history.
The Sao Paulo track is beautifully designed to present an enticing challenge for teams and drivers alike. Between medium-speed S-corners, hill climbs, and the high-speed section after Junsao, this circuit calls for cars to have a balanced setup to succeed here. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel. Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Now, this could be an important race for Pierre Gasly.
I don't think there'll be many expecting them to mount a challenge from P19, but I wouldn't discount their chances.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. And now, it's time for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and
A
away
pole
we
position
go.
for Fernando Alonso as we are on our way. 71 laps between now
Copy.
and the end of the season. No tire tricks for us today.
Okay, copy.
We'll be doing a 2-stop, playing it safe for both of our drivers. 1 lap offset for both of them. We go aggressive with Vesti
We have margin to push a bit more.
since he is going in a lap early. And we'll defend with Alonso. Try to get Vesti up in the P2. There is Tsunoda with that fault. No pit lane starts for the finale. We did 3 laps under fuel, but we're gonna run standard, see how we stretch it out. As we stand, Fernando Alonso will overpass both Ferraris in the driver standings. That is our focus today. It's getting Alonso P3 in that constructor standing.
Yeah, reasonable.
Come on.
Currently P3. On next car will be Piastri.
Come on. Vesti
So
with
we
the
have
fastest
Leclerc.
lap so far.
A little while behind.
There's the push. Alonso's got the inside there.
Let's try to
Alright.
get him.
Copy.
We'll take a look at that. He just had the inside. Couldn't do anything about it. I had him set to defend too.
Nice.
Alright, that's fine. We'll deal with that. We got a lot of race to go. All right. We have Leclerc in P4 behind Vesti. He's still a second out already, so they're not within DRS range. That could change though with this.
Okay, mode push.
We don't have enough battery.
Sorry.
All right. We'll have him defend.
We're happy to stay where we are.
Now we can drop down to standard. Drop our battery.
Good job.
Take a look at this overtake. Nice move on the inside. Easy coverage there. As our drivers are set to race on their own. Vesti taking the lead here. We'll let them race and see how it goes. Who has more? I don't know if I can look it up here. Race wins 4, Vesti race wins 1. We need to have Alonso get this podium. As Leclerc closes in.
Okay, Kev, if there's anything left in the tank, let's go for it.
Alright, we're giving team orders to not fight your teammate. Now push to attack.
Let's try to clear him as quick as we can.
Alright. You can stop pushing.
No management required.
Okay.
And you can stop pushing.
And try to cool
All right.
down the tires where you can. It's slightly coming up.
I feel like setting him to defend will hinder his drive. But it's still putting pressure on Alonso.
That's okay.
Leclerc's our bigger threat right now.
Behind you is Ocon.
I don't like this sky cam. This heli cam view. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sim forward. First pit stops are gonna be coming up around lap 21 and lap 22 unless something else happens. So we'll see you guys then.
Yeah, what a mistake. Eh?
Oh no.
Yeah, a lot of damage, I guess.
What happened?
Copy.
We have a yellow.
No.
And round they go.
Oh,
And ultimately,
no.
just unable to bring the car under control.
Fernando Alonso spin in turn 1.
And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
He was building up a gap to... Don't retire. Okay, he's back on track.
What about tyres?
It's okay.
Oh, dude. 16
But this is what
positions.
Right, we're taking the second
1,
corner.
2, 3,
The gap opens up for them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dude, that sucks. Can we stretch him out to a 1 stop to try to redeem him? Can we? I don't know if we can or not. Dude, that sucks. We might have to play the strings here. We're going for it. Try to recover that. It's 14 seconds slower, but we'll see here what we can do. Lap 20 to hards. Dude, that sucks. Oh my god. He had like a 3-second gap. Oh, dude. That drops him out of the contention here. Come on, man. We'll have to wait and see.
We need to reduce K1 usage.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. Alright, let's get to those pit stops. Alright, yellow flag. What happened here? Sector 2, crash.
Livery on the track.
Ayumu Iwasa. Mercedes not having another great season here. Let's contact with the Andretti.
While all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
Yeah, that was Van Dorn. Alonso overtakes Iwasa
Let's have a look at that.
from that
Keep
incident.
watching Alonso with this one.
He was trying to get back on track.
It's certainly inviting.
Thank you. Pre-position. Alonso slowly working his way through the field. And we'll play some tire whispering, hopefully, as Vesti's fighting Ocon for the lead. Penalty to Van Dorn. Oh, he'll lose
You're doing a good
positions,
job.
depending. Vesti overtake
Here's the
Ocon,
replay.
turn 1.
Now we're watching the action closely here. There's the opening,
Now it's main straight.
and the overtake is made.
Alright. Alright, let's get to that pit stop. We have Alonso coming up on lap 20. Alright, here we are. Alonso P13 right now. People
Go for
have
it.
pit already. Alonso's coming in on the hards as Piastri just passed Vesti.
Box.
We're going to be doing the hard compound tire conversation tire conservation strat
Good job.
with the
Okay, that's currently P1.
conserve good stop here. It's a drive to survive stop, the overhead view.
You're in clear air.
Vesti overtake Piastri. They're coming up around the final few corners. Iwasa retired. So we're gonna go aggressive with avoid curbs and see where he can pick up the pace. Stretch these tires out to the end.
So currently you are P18.
Avoid high risk curbs and aggressive standard deploy. And then we'll sim forward
Oh,
to
behind you,
Vesti's pit
Gasly.
stop. Actually,
3
he's
seconds
passed.
behind.
Where is he? He's P2 right now.
On update on tires when you can.
He's past his pit stop right now. So we'll go ahead and pit.
Copy that.
I don't know why he didn't pit here. He didn't give me the icon. I think it's because we had Alonso go in.
Box, box.
But we'll have Vesti come in this lap.
We focus on the cars ahead now.
What is wrong with your car? Engine, ERS.
Charge on.
ERS having issues.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Copy.
Let's see. Piastri hasn't pit yet. He's on hards. Vesti dropping down from those softs. A lot of people trying the one stops. Looks like I don't know yet. We'll see. Right, Vesti coming in. Alonso's tire is still cold. Another overhead stop. Can I take a look at? Can I take a? Yeah, I'm taking a screenshot of this. Taking that shot. Because why not? Looking good here. That is a release issue.
Sorry for that. Track will be clear.
I don't know what that was about. 6.2. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. He's back down to P11. Alonso's still P18.
Currently P11. Next car, Zoo.
Alright, our guys are pretty widespread. Ferrari is looking strong right now. Alonso has a long shot, but I believe in him. We'll go from there. And we'll see you guys towards the next pit stop.
No more liftoff required.
Alright, lap 51 to 71. Alonso's back up to P8. Vesti overtake
Now
Norris.
we can see what happened. Right, we're
I don't
down
know
at
why.
turn 5. It's there for the taking.
Vesti's tire life. It's not asking me to pit him
And we've got a new race
for our pit
leader.
window. I'm gonna take a look at Norris's tire life cards. Looks like he's going on a one-stop. Sainz is coming in. We're gonna have him pit for softs before it's too late. So we'll go ahead and harvest the rest of the lap. I know it's not gonna be much.
Copy that.
Every little bit counts.
Sorry, we need a bit more liftoff where you can
Copy.
charge on.
Alonso has made his way back up to P8. His tire life is looking okay. We'll have to really conserve at the end. See where he ends up coming out. Onto those soft tires.
Reminder, throttle on pit exit.
Those cars are lapped. Sonoda and Hauger in the Mercedes. Vesti's gonna be coming out ahead of Alonso. Ahead of those blue flags, those back markers, or between them in this case.
Currently P7.
Dropping him to P7.
In front of you is Ocon.
We have Vesti on hard tire or soft tires to the end. Alonso to
And
toe
behind you
behind,
is
hopefully.
Alonso 2.8. 20 laps to go.
We will see what we can do here. We'll see you guys towards the end of the race.
VSC ending.
Alright, there we go. Virtual safety car ending. There's Verstappen coming out of the pits. Vesti just
DRS
beside
is enabled.
him. I really need to take a look at his tire life though for Alonso. Alonso is back in this fight.
Okay, good job. So we are P5.
3-point difference between him and Verstappen. Easy overtake after that restart. Oh, I want to take a look at his tire life. Oh, I hate this right now.
Okay to push harder through 6 and 7 if you can.
15 laps to go. Norris, Piastri, Leclerc are top 3. And they're up here. We're way back there. Leclerc is going to be tough to get to. Battery's already done with Alonso. He's towing behind Ocon.
We are checking.
Or Vesti is.
Yeah, we can see that.
Alright. Vesti has mechanical fault. We knew that was coming. He's getting overtaken by Verstappen. We will sim forward to the end of the race and see how our drivers can do. Alright. Yellow flag. Crash.
Caution for debris.
Lance Stroll. I don't think it's going to be enough for our safety car. It's too late in the race. Because this front wing end plate. We're basically having to limp Alonso to the finish. We tried to get him to P3. We couldn't do it with that spin earlier in the race, so it's very unfortunate for him. His tire life is not going to make it. I just know it.
Head back down, we stay in the rhythm.
We'll just hope that he does. Time penalty to Lawson.
Okay.
Doesn't help us at all.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Okay.
As Vesti's just fighting against Sargent right now. Alright, let's skip forward to the last lap. Right, Norris has started the final lap. Ferraris 2 and 4. Vesti P5 ahead of Sargent. So he is pushing as much as
Let's
he
try to take
can.
opportunity.
Defend. Ignore clean air.
Just head down. We now have Ocon behind
Sargent
us.
overtook him. I didn't see that. So balanced.
Let's lift off, please.
And Alonso will barely make it to the end here. We'll go ahead and take him off of those.
Copy.
We'll keep him on conserve just in case. We'll dump that battery.
Mode push.
Dump battery.
Okay, copy.
5 for
Take
P5 here.
Copy that.
And look at your dash on the line for the fuel, please. Look
Going
at your
around the
dash on the
corner.
line.
Come on. Can he do it?
Copy.
And keep an eye on your
Sargent pulls
battery.
away. That's going to be Sargent P5, Vesti P6.
Lando Norris wins it. He's first over the line.
He wins the final race of the year.
From tyre points of view, we don't think lift and coast is necessary.
Okay, copy.
And Alonso will make it to the end of this race
Okay, we
in
take the flag.
P8.
P6.
Perez P9. Albon P10.
Good job, guys.
Decent finish for our
Yeah,
guys
it's a good
here. As Alonso, no,
Stop the
Vesti,
ferry bridge. Wait
runs
for
out
the
of
message
fuel.
on P0 when you can, please.
I could have
Thank
swore
you.
he had enough. That is Piastri, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, top 3.
That's the checkered flag.
Verstappen. Ferrari increases the gap on us. Audi Sport steals P6 from Haas at the end with the better result with the one podium
Thank you, guys.
for the season. We'll recap that
To stop.
here in a moment.
As always, there will be lots to talk about after that race, including the performance from the driver currently on our screens.
That marked an 8th place finish, which gives them a handful of points.
And after such a fabulous drive here today, it's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
And that means, here in Sao Paulo, it's party time. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there though.
And from our team in Sao Paulo, a big thank you for joining us this weekend.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
Alright, the final race result of the season. Vesti dropping down to P6. Fernando Alonso dropping down to P8 is unfortunate for us. And here are the official standings. Oscar Piastri with the Drivers' Championship at 507 points. Alonso 273, 10 points behind Verstappen. He's going to be really upset about that. He had that spin and he was on par for a win and getting P3 from both of them. Vesti P7 behind Sergio Perez. No change there. As Audi Sports Sauber moves up to P6, they're going to have a bigger chunk of money that they started with at the beginning of the season as they surpass Haas by that podium finish. Even though those Haas has 2 fastest laps, it's not really going to matter for the team. As Audi Sport finishes in 6th, Porsche, Cadillac, Mercedes, Gulf, all finishing with no performance stats whatsoever. Porsche scoring 1 team, so they're going to be on the back markers for the following season, I bet. Fernando Alonso 1.968, getting us some more points for the fastest pit stops. McLaren moving up to P1 against Red Bull for that at 489 points. And we are still sitting at P9 at 114, 1 point behind a Sauber. Not enough to get a little bit more money. We had that car released early. That was a car release late issue. I don't know what's going on there. And we gained 759,000. We only lost 136. It would have been 800 because Alonso didn't get his race target. Research has finished for the season. I'm gonna go into a few things here. P9 for 1.9 million at 114 points. Low mentality. High confidence, unchanged. End of season, 12 million in the bank. Chassis research, championship result. McLaren on top of the board. As rating noteworthy. Board confidence. We'll see. We're gonna go into our technical stuff right here. Chassis we worked on. We didn't need to, but we did. Front wing we worked on a little bit. Gain of a little bit. After that, we have rear wing we worked on a little bit. Not that much of a gain, but we do have gain on airflow and DRS. Side pods, again, didn't have to work on it, but we did. Underfloor, tried to do as much as we could. We have one more project, I believe, going for this, and that's suspension as well. Trying to work on the speed of the car, as we have underfloor and front wing still going. I don't believe we have anything else to work on. We don't have any more hours. It's the end of the season. And that was a great finish to our season. As we go and wrap it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna finish all of the stuff in the preseason episode for the season, going on to the next one. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.